All right. Welcome back to a Rare Breed podcast. My name is Avi, the host. And I have with me my special guest, Melissa. She's so awesome. I can't pronounce your last name. I'm going to butcher that, so I'm not even going to try.
Vitelli. It's just like it's
Okay.
spelled.
Okay. Yeah. I was nervous. I tried to pronounce it the other day and I was like, I don't know. I don't know. It's Italian and it's cool. All right. So first, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me. I know you're like super busy and crazy cool. So
Oh, stop. Literally just a regular person who
I
works a regular job and just do this for fun.
so I'm super excited to get into talks about Trump with you because, there's not very many of us.
There are
At least
more than
very
you
many of us gay people.
there are more than you think. I could definitely say
There
that.
are, but I don't come across very many here in Colorado at all.
Mm, that's because you're in Colorado.
I know, Colorado sucks. So how long have you been a right-leaning voter?
Um, Only since Trump. I've never voted before Trump. I didn't care about politics at all. Um,
Okay.
my stepdad always said, "You better go vote. It's your one freedom in this world. It's your one right." And I'm like, "Nope, my vote doesn't matter." And then Trump ran, and I knew who he was. He was familiar. I understood what he was saying. So I started listening, and a lot of what he said made sense. And I listened to him and Hillary debate, and I resonated more with Trump. And ever since then, I've always rooted for an underdog, whether it be sports or, anything else. So I stick up for the people who get bullied.
Yeah, it's funny because I've been a conservative since before I was 18 years old, and I'm gonna be 36 this year. So
Okay.
I did not vote for Obama.
Hmm.
I was not voting for Hillary. There was no damn way.
Hmm.
I mean, when I first heard that Trump was running in 2015, I really thought it was a joke. I was like, what the fuck's going on here, you know?
Hmm.
And actually, it was Dinesh D'Souza that got me onto Donald Trump. I don't know if you know who Dinesh D'Souza
Hmm.
is. Yeah, he's the one who got me onto Donald Trump, and ever since then, I've just been on the Trump train.
Yeah. It's a fun train. I don't know why everyone don't join. I love it here.
It's funny because everybody we call the left crazy, and then the left calls us crazy. But
Hmm.
in reality, we're all just fucking crazy.
In reality, we're probably all being lied to, and there's a handful of people just laughing at all of us.
Yeah,
So there's no point in, arguing with people about how they feel. And I never push my, political views on anybody because I wouldn't even consider myself right-leaning conservative. I don't agree with all the religion stuff. I think it's too much involvement in government. And that's coming from, 16 years of Catholic school. And I'm like, please just
yeah,
enough.
yeah.
Like, um, but I see the good in both sides. I see the bad in both sides. So I don't ever force anyone to change their mind because of how I feel. I just
So
have a
in the
platform to talk about it.
Yeah. So in the future, okay, let's say the Donald Trump thing is over, right? Whether he
Hmm.
wins or loses, let's say it's over.
Hmm.
Are you gonna vote again in the future? And if you do vote, does it depend on the candidate and what they're saying at that point?
I will from now on always pick an America First candidate. So whether that be, a random Democrat like Tulsi Gabbard, who is more middle
Yeah,
leaning, I'm
yeah,
okay with voting, the other way, but it's got to be like really convincing
yeah.
because I live in New York City, so I know exactly what the Democrats do to this city,
Yeah,
and it's going to be very hard to get somebody more moderate. But
yeah.
I'm not just going to vote for someone just because they're running Republican. I always said Donald Trump's biggest mistake was not running Democrat. He would have went down as the best president in history.
That's true. Maybe even independent, if he would have just kept the R off of his name, he would have been fine.
Yeah, yeah. Like I think if he would have ran as a Democrat and then still did all his like Republican Supreme Court nominees, he probably would have done very well.
Yeah, that's true. It's very true. I didn't even think about it like that. I never thought about
Mm,
it like that. I mean, I did think that he should have just taken off the R. Like, he should have just taken the R
yeah.
off. If he would have
Hmm.
just taken the R off, he would have never had a problem.
Right. Right. Because everybody loved him.
Yeah, but I never thought to be like, yeah, just fuck it, go Democrat. Just
And
say it.
he would have been the pick easily over Hillary. Easy.
Yeah, yeah. So tell me your thoughts about what's going on with Donald Trump right now.
Um, in general, I feel bad for him, honestly. He doesn't have to be going through this. He chooses to go through this. He could have lived out his life as, 45, and he didn't even have to be president. He could have lived his life as a billionaire with a great family, and he's just he's unstoppable. And the left will say, "Oh, it's because he doesn't like to lose. It's his pride. Who cares?" Not one person on this earth would go through this. I wouldn't.
Right. It's like, what pride are you talking about? He has no pride at this point.
The same people who talk shit about him are the first ones to shut off their comments when,
Yeah.
times get tough. So I don't know. I do
Yeah.
feel bad for him. I met him, 2 weeks ago and 3 weeks ago, and that was my first time meeting him. And he looks tired. I could see it, and he's nonstop. I was with Cash Patel talking to him just randomly, and he's like, "This guy sleeps 3 hours a night. Like he's always awake. He's always like ready to go. Doesn't drink coffee. Doesn't drink alcohol." I'm like, I can't function without coffee.
Yeah, I can't function without coffee. So that's incredible. So how was it meeting him? Because that
It
would
was
be the coolest thing ever.
it was it was quick, but there are things in the works for something a little longer. Hopefully, we can manifest that next.
Yeah, that'd be so
Um,
cool.
but it was just the anticipation of meeting him. I knew for about 6 days, and I had to fly out to Vegas to do it. So it was just like an overwhelming, like, holy shit, I can't believe I'm working all week, getting out of work at 11 p.m. and going to the airport at 4 a.m. Like, this
Yeah,
is nuts.
that's crazy.
Um, I was nervous as hell. And then the second I saw him, everything just went away. It was like literally seeing a baby being born. It was so stupid. Like everything was just calm. And I was like, oh, I'm not nervous. Like he's just he's just him. He's a
Yeah.
big dude though. He's scary. Big fucking dude. I didn't picture him being that big.
I mean, how tall are you?
I'm 5'6" and he's
Oh, okay. So
six
yeah, you're
three,
way taller
six
than me.
four. Yeah. He's a big dude.
Damn. Yeah. I'm tiny then. I'm just like this short little 5'3" little
Hmm.
Mexican. That's funny. That's cool though. Gosh, that would have been so cool to meet Donald Trump, man. I can't even imagine your like excitement going on.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully I get a chance to sorry, I just woke up. I look like a fucking mess. Um, yeah,
You should
when
have
I
a good
messaged you, I woke up the first time and then I just woke up again. It's like working overnight is horrible.
Yeah.
Um, but I'm I want to sit down with him, and honestly, like collectively, we probably mean a lot to him.
Yeah.
But individually, it's like, okay, he meets people every fucking day. He probably
Uh-huh.
wouldn't remember me from a hole in the wall, but it's important to me.
Nah, I bet you
So
he's got little birdies in his ears saying,
I
this
hope
one's
so.
you gotta pay attention to this one.
Yeah. But I'm considering going. They're doing Log Cabin Republicans of New York is doing Pride Night at Trump Tower on Saturday. And I'm like, where is he gonna be this Saturday? Like, is he gonna pop in? I don't know. But I might go.
He's gonna go to a pride event?
It's at his hotel.
That's kind of cool.
I mean, it would be a strong political move. I mean, people are gonna talk shit either way.
Yeah.
And when he posted me on his Instagram, even like my parents were like, "It's because you're gay." I was like, "Who cares? I'll use this gay card all day with Trump."
Yeah.
Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Of course, it's a good look politically for him. I don't care.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it does look good for him, and fuck it. It
right,
should look good for him because he does support gay people. Like, I don't know how
right.
many times I've heard so many people say, "Why are you supporting someone who doesn't support you?" And it's like, when and where did he ever say that he didn't support gay people?
He's the only president that came in supporting gay rights. So,
Right.
but what do we
I've
know? I
pointed that
mean,
out about Obama many times. Like, Obama was
mhm.
not for gay marriage when he was
No,
running for president the first time.
he wasn't even for gay marriage when he was president the first time.
No, no.
But that's why I feel like we're all living in an alternate reality because we know these things to be fact. And you tell it to the left, and they're like, no.
I know.
And they're like,
And
that's a
it's
fake
like,
video. I'm like, what do you mean it's literally like dated?
right. I'm like, how can you tell me that a video is not, I mean, a video from back then, it makes no sense.
I mean, realistically, anything from probably 2021 on is now, I don't believe anything I see. Like, it's a hard life to live, but it's like, nah, that's not real. Even if it's something I agree with, I'm like, that's not real. Nothing, everything's fucking AI and CGI.
Yeah, that stuff is getting really scary to me. I can't believe what's going on with that stuff. But I mean, I there's this documentary that I watched. It's called Enjoy the Show. It's on
Okay.
Twitter. I've never you can't find it anywhere else because it's like
Hmm.
super. But supposedly it's from this like lady who used to work for the CIA,
Okay.
and she is going through all this information, and she's got all of these like old video clips, and like a lot of the information that she has in this little documentary is it's pretty irrefutable, right? Like
Yeah.
it's like, dude, you can't even deny that. And
Hmm.
she's literally pointing out exactly what's going on in our country today. And this
Hmm.
documentary was made in 2021.
Hmm.
And it's like, and it was really scary, and it was really eye-opening. And right now, everything that happens, I'm like, yeah, it doesn't surprise me. Nothing surprises me at this point. Just because of
No.
that documentary.
Right. I'm gonna have to check it out.
Yeah, I'll have to send you the link from my Twitter account.
Yes.
Um yeah, it's the shit that's going on, especially with like the unelected branches of government. Like, they're the ones who actually run this country. I'm a hundred
Hmm.
percent confident that it's the unelected branches of government, the like three-letter agencies, all the
Hmm.
three-letter agencies that run this country, especially right now.
Right. Right. Everything the left claims Trump's gonna do in
Oh my
2025,
god.
they're literally doing right now. He's gonna
I'm
jail his political opponents. Oh, isn't there a sentencing going on in like 2 weeks? Did we forget about this, or are we just getting different news? Because that's the first time I realized how manipulative social media is was right before the 2020 election and the Hunter Biden laptop and all this shit. And I was getting certain news from, I guess, my For You page on whatever social media I was on. And
Yeah.
I kept saying to my wife, oh my God, I can't believe this is coming out. Like, and she's like, what are you talking about? And it's been now for me on my page for like a week. And I mentioned it to her. She's like, I haven't seen anything about that. She's like,
It's the
all I'm
same way with my
seeing
wife.
is something about like Russia. And I'm like, wow, that's how they make left versus right because they're literally, it's not an even market.
Yeah.
And
Well,
if
and
it
my wife
was,
is the same way. My wife doesn't get any information. She doesn't know what's going on at all unless I tell her.
right, my wife kind of ignores it now, but
Yeah.
I'll make sure my videos are on loud when she's next to me on the couch so she could hear it, bits and pieces of it.
No, I'll just blabber on. My wife actually gets kind of annoyed sometimes, but I'll just blabber on, telling her,
Hmm.
and then she starts to get into her like panic attack. She's like, "Stop, stop!" Oh man.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts about what's going on with Palestine?
Um, I like to stay uninvolved, but because I'm America first. I'm basically America only at this point. Fuck these other countries. I don't care about their wars. I could give two shits. I was in New York City for 9/11, so I know what a terrorist is.
Yeah.
So I'm not on the side of terrorism. I'm not on the side of these people who are protesting, who are yelling queers for Palestine and women for Palestine. I'm sorry. Go to Palestine, uncover your hair, and see what happens.
Yeah.
Hold your girlfriend or boyfriend's hand and see what happens. We need to stop being involved.
Yeah.
The rest of the world hates us because we want them to have our democracy. Fuck that. I'm so over involving our government in other countries. They want to be animals, let them be animals. That's it. They want to live with 18 wives in the 18th century, let them be. Why do we care about their human rights? They're used to it. They know exactly how they live. They live under God, not under government.
It's none of our business, in my opinion. And I've said that many times. Like the whole Palestine Israel thing is none of our business. It's been going on for over 100 years, and we should not
Right.
be involved. We shouldn't be
No,
giving them our money. That's for goddamn sure.
absolutely not. We shouldn't be giving anybody our money.
No.
Because where was everybody on 9/11? Where were all our allies?
Yep, I've said this on my podcast before. Like, I mean, nobody would come and save us. Nobody would come and
No.
help us. We have no aid from anyone. We depend on nobody.
Mm-mm.
Everyone in the world depends on us.
Yes. And that is why we are in the situation we're in.
Yes.
But Donald Trump's going to start World War III. Be sure of it. You know what? You could, you have this recorded. You can mark my words here. Um, Trump's going to get in January. I don't know. I don't even have a fucking calendar open. Whenever he's inaugurated, January 2025, World War III is going to start, and they're going to blame it on him. But it's already been starting.
You
So
know,
it's
I
going to
could
be
see
the
that.
trickle effect from Biden, but Trump's to blame. See, we told you. We told you Trump's going to start World War III.
I could see that. Yeah. I mean, with all these illegal immigrants, because like this is what my prediction was. I don't even know if Donald Trump is going to win simply because they brought all these illegal immigrants in here and like for instance, I know for a fact in Colorado that they are essentially making every single one of them residents, like legal residents. So now they're going to be able to vote. And there's like
Hmm.
40,000 here in Colorado. That's
Hmm.
like the perfect number that they need in Colorado to be able to make sure that the scale doesn't tip.
Right. But can they vote as legal residents or they have to be citizens?
Oh no, I'm sorry, citizens. That's what I meant.
Oh,
That's what.
they're giving them
Yeah, yeah,
citizenship?
yeah. They're giving them citizenship.
I don't know.
I found this out from
I
my boss because I'm like
mm,
in security and I work with the Denver sheriffs. So
mhm.
yeah,
I don't know. I mean, they're definitely gonna plan to win, certain words you can't say or else you're a terrorist. I think states that are unexpected to win will change it. Like I am more than confident that New York is going to turn because our last governor election, 47% voted for Republican. So I think if New York turns, it's going to be like, holy shit, we didn't plan to win there. You know what I'm saying? Wink, wink.
yeah. They definitely are
We
planning to win here for sure.
right.
Colorado is never going to be a red state again, ever.
Well, the best thing I can suggest is make known of it, make flyers, make everything of what's going on because the people who really care about this country, if everyone goes to vote, it's going to be like Trump is saying now, too big to rig.
Yeah. Yeah. So what are your thoughts on the gay community?
Mhm. Well, we're the same age as you aged yourself before. We're at the same exact age. Um, Growing up, knowing I was gay my whole life, it was a different community. It was an accepting community. It was a community where if I went to a gay club, all my straight friends would come because they loved just being themselves and not being harassed by men and, being able to dance and be silly and, just feel welcomed and not judged. This is the only place besides Vegas where you could dress like whatever the hell you wanted and nobody would look twice.
Yeah.
Um, but we were gay before there were gay rights. And I was against gay marriage for the longest time. I said, why do I gotta be as miserable as straight people? Leave us alone. Like, let us just date and that's it. Stop getting the government involved. This new generation, I wouldn't even consider them gay solely because they are a generation of I was just talking to two friends who have two children going through phases, right?
Yeah.
Um, and they agree they're a generation of um, what the hell is the word? Curiosity. It's like you can be whatever you want to be. So let's try to be this today. Let's be that today. Let's be this tomorrow. They're not genuinely gay. They're genuinely curious. I was never curious. I knew that I was gay. Like I
Yeah.
knew I liked girls. Like that was it. Um, but it has been turned into a circus. People call me homophobic because I vote for Trump. Well, maybe I am against this new generation of gays because I that's it. Like I don't even people ask me what I am. I'm an American. I'm a regular fucking person. I'm equal to everybody else and that's it. I
Yeah.
don't have to tell you what to call me when I'm not around. I don't care. I've been called worse. It's just a trophy show. That's all it is. It's like who could be the most ridiculous today?
Yeah. Yeah, I was kicked out of the gay community back in 2015.
Yeah, I remember getting into 2015. It might have been 2014. I went to the Orange is the New Black premiere party. My friend worked on the show. So we were at the cast party and I met what's her name? Leah something. I even forget what her name is on the show, the one with the shaved head.
Yeah.
I met Ruby Rose. I met, Alex. I met Piper. I met all of them. And Leah was like playing with my hair, pretending she's my best friend, whatever. And we follow each other on Instagram or whatever. When Trump becomes president, I posted something and she attacked me. And I was like, who the fuck are you, bro? Like, this ain't jail. Like, I'll fuck you up.
Right.
And we got into a whole fucking war and she wound up blocking me. And I was like, oh, I won. That's it.
Wow.
Like, from then on, it was like so ridiculous. Meanwhile, all of my gay friends from New York City were Trump supporters. So
Yeah.
it's the age, it's the way you grew up, I think is very important. Um, because all of my gay friends come from a Catholic school upbringing. We come from middle class families. We come from, hardworking parents.
Yeah.
So, and we're from New York. Like we fucking know him. Like his name's on everything. Like that's our man, you
Yeah.
know? Um, and we didn't have so much social media to persuade us to be a certain way. We were just the way we are.
Yeah.
So
How do
I
you
don't
feel about all
I
the
don't fuck with the
involvement?
new one.
How do you feel about all the involvement with children?
I think it's disgusting. I don't think you need to convince a child that they might be queer.
Right.
Again, Catholic school upbringing. This shit was frowned upon, and I'm still flamingly fucking gay. Like, when you know, you don't.
Yeah.
There
That's
was
yeah.
nobody was coaxing me into, I was a tomboy. I'm still a tomboy. I wish they would bring back that fucking word because I'm not a trans. I actually just looked this up yesterday because I was like, whatever happened to the word transvestite? That was our word. That was the 90s word. Transvestite. What does that mean?
Transvestite is like the you're just like the person who dresses the opposite, right?
Right. It's a cross dresser.
Yeah. So like for me, I always called myself a dyke. I mean, you get into a lot of trouble for calling yourself that, but I always
Right.
called myself a dyke because I was a dyke.
Right. Because men would be considered transvestites if they put on a dress. Women were androgynous, let's say, or tomboys.
Yeah.
Now, all of a sudden, it's like you're transgender. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm not trying to be another gender. I'm
Yeah.
trying to feel comfortable in clothes because women's clothes suck.
Yeah. And I
So
love the
stop.
short hair.
Right. Right. I've had short hair since 2009. I'm never going back. I'd
Yeah.
rather be fucking bald at this point.
That's
But
cool.
they're telling kids that they can, instead of, when we were young, I'm sure you got this. What do you want to be when you grow up? A doctor, a veterinarian. Now it's like, what gender do you want to be today?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's why I joined that organization. It's called Gays Against Groomers. Have you heard of it?
Yes, I actually interviewed with them. I got accepted, and then my life took a complete fucking turn, and I haven't followed up at all. So,
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm the same way. I'm not like an active member or anything. I wrote one article for them
mhm.
last year. I think it was last year in October. And I mean, it's so hard to keep up. There's so many messages. You leave the app for
Yeah,
like 20 minutes and there's like hundreds and you're like, "Whoa."
right, right.
Like I get it. You guys are like on a mission and it's so cool and I totally support your mission, but I don't have the time for you.
Yeah, I'm trying my best. I've
Yeah.
been like people are like, oh, you should be involved in the Young Republicans Club. You should do this. So Thursday, I'm going for the first time to the Young Republicans Club to watch the debate, and I'm like already stressing because I'm like, I'm going by myself. This is another thing I'm going to be involved in. Like
Man, I
it's
wish we were in
exhausting.
the same state. I swear to God, if I could go to that stuff with you or like had someone that wanted to do stuff like that with me, man, I don't
Right.
have anybody, not in the state of Colorado. That's for
Do it by
dang
yourself. I listen, most of the things I do is alone. And I
Yeah.
have the greatest time, honestly, because it's like I'll go back to the whole gay club thing. It's like being in a gay club. Everyone is just so accepting,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know.
I should. I mean, I should just walk around with my little microphone interviewing people.
You should. Why not?
Yeah, I should. Damn it. I should just grow some balls.
Do it. No, you can't. Then you'll be
Yeah,
transgender or
that's then
whatever
I'm
the fuck they're gonna
transgender.
call.
Yeah. I can't
Please.
you can't even say stuff like that anymore. Joking around. All right. So do you think it's important for like content creators like yourself and myself to keep doing what we're doing and speaking out about what's going on?
Yes. I always said, even if you're a small account, just keep talking, keep posting, because eventually somebody who needs to hear it is gonna see it.
Yeah.
And I went to a fundraiser with Conservative Aunt last month, and
Oh,
it
man,
was
that must
for
have been so cool.
it was cool. He came into New York, and I was like, I'm crashing this party. Like, I gotta meet you. It was for child trafficking, and a woman who was in her 60s came up to me, and she was like, "You guys are such an inspiration. Like, how do I start talking?"
Yeah.
And I was like, just like you are now, just record yourself. I said, don't worry about editing. Just record whatever's on your fucking mind and say
Yeah.
it.
That's
And the
exactly
next,
what I said on my podcast. So
yeah, I said, don't read the comments. Not yet. I said, I said, if it gets in the wrong side, it'll be a lot. But
yeah.
I said, just talk. Somebody's going to listen. And she sent me her first video the next day. And I was like, that's dope.
Cool. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I do feel like it really is so important, man. So important.
Hmm.
I definitely said that on my last episode.
Yeah.
So what are some next moves for you? Like what do you plan on doing if like I guess TikTok does end up getting banned or removed or whatever? Like are you just gonna stop or are you gonna move on to the next platform or just stay with TikTok?
Um, I haven't really thought about it. TikTok is like the one thing that it's easy for me, you
Mhm.
know. Um, I don't have to, I know people who spend hours making videos. I'm literally like record, post.
Yep,
I
that's what
don't
I
care what I
do.
look like, It's easy enough where it's mindless at sometimes. Um, I do have Instagram, but Instagram is like I don't like to post really much on it.
Yeah.
I have X, but I don't know. Hopefully, nothing happens with TikTok. But I guess we'll see each other on the other side if something does.
All right. Hey, you're always welcome to sit here with me and ramble on about whatever.
Sounds great.
All right. Well, I guess I will let you get back to whatever work you got to do or get yourself together. You probably have to go to
Yeah.
work, right?
Tonight. Yeah, so I
Yeah.
gotta go back to sleep.
All right. Well, I appreciate you for taking the time. It was a
Yes.
lot of fun to talk to you.
Yes. Thank you for having me. I'll do this again with you. We'll
Yeah,
figure
for
it out.
sure.
Alrighty.
You be safe.
You too.
All
From
right.
2024.
Oh yeah, Trump 2024.
Bye.
Bye.